New York model dating a big-time lawyer is heated after he told her to get her own Uber. Says she needs to be treated like a 9.
That's Janice. First of all, that's the best advice ever. You need to treat her like a 9 so she can realize you're the one she's missing. All right, back to the video.
I went on a date with a guy last week, and it was a good date. We had a fun time together. He's a big-time lawyer. He owns 3 to 4 cars. He's doing really well in life. You guys know I'm a model. I'm new to the city. Transplant. Don't even have a car yet. Like, still building up my life out here. Regardless, I expect my date to either pick me up or Uber me to the date. That is just my standard. The first date, he was a perfect gentleman. He picked me up and everything. He calls me today for a second date. He wants to go golfing. I said, great. What time are you picking me up? He's like, well, it's out of the way to pick you up. I just recommend you Uber to me and then we can go on our date. And then I wasn't sure if he meant me Uber myself or him Uber me. So I hung up and I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm excited for Saturday.
You were just on the phone. Why would you hang up?
He calls me up and he's like, can you clarify your text message? And I said, I was wondering what you meant by the Uber. Were you going to call me an Uber or did you want me to call an Uber for myself? And he said, I recommend you call an Uber for yourself. And I said, oh, well, you know, since this is a date, I prefer you to Uber me or you can pick me up. And he's like, oh, well, I think you could just do it yourself. And my thing is, yes, I can do it myself, but you're asking me on a date. I expect to be taken care of. Pick me up or call me an Uber. The notion that it's too far or too out of the way for the date, it's an inconvenience for me because now I have to pay for part of this date. I have a problem with that.
Ladies, why is it so hard for you to show a little bit of effort, to show that you're actually interested as well? This man went out of his way to set up the entire date. It's a little bit out of the way, as he explained. So meet him there with an Uber. If you could have Ubered yourself, and if it wasn't such a big issue for you to Uber yourself, then you would have done so already. Imagine losing a high value man like this guy over something as dumb as not wanting to Uber yourself or pay for a little bit of the date. Contribute a little, you know? That's too much to ask for, right?
And when I think about it, you guys, like some women, my sister, for example, she won't even pay for an ice cream.
That's why y'all both still single.
And she's been dating her guy for a couple years now. But even the
I
first
take that
few
back.
months
He's a
they're
simp.
dating, she refused to pay for anything. She didn't pay for anything. He was like, can't you just pay for an ice cream after dinner? And
That
she's
is
like,
sad.
No. And guess what?
That is so embarrassing for someone to be like, hey, yo, I paid for every fucking thing here, dude. I set up the dates. I took us out, wine and dined, blah, blah, blah. Can you at least fucking pay for the ice cream? And she couldn't even do that.
She moves in with this man. They've been together for 3 years, about to get married. He picked that girl. He didn't pick the girl that was like trying to be nice and pay for her own Uber and pay for her own meal. No, he picked the girl that refused to pay for anything for him. He is in love. He's about to put a ring on it. He pays all the bills. They live together. He pays for everything. And yet, when they first started dating, he tried to play her. He was like, oh,
that ain't playing.
No, I'm not paying for anything.
It's asking for you to contribute a little, bro. Show that you're actually interested as well. That's all. That's all.
So if he wanted to, ladies, he would. Okay, keep your standards high. That's all I gotta say.
Keep your standards high, and you can end up like this woman right here, single